I mean, this is actually kind of all in at this point. I mean, I know it's early, guys, but he's 6 workers behind, and he's building nothing but Zerglings.
And of course, he's hiding them. Like, this isn't an attempt to go and grab that third hatchery of Reynor and then say, mine's now faster because I got to cancel on yours. I mean, this is quite dedicated. Reynor is going to be adding on a Baneling nest fairly early, pretty much specifically for something like a 2-base Ling all-in. If he has even a couple Banelings ready to go, what if, as he sees his opponent doesn't have his own third hatch, then he should actually be very good in this game. This is a little worrying for me.
I gotta say, I love that Rogue just sent 2 low HP Zerglings in. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm just scouting, man. Like, I'm not really, I'm not planning anything weird. This is my scout to you, because obviously normally if you want to go for a Zergling flood, you want to cherish every single Zergling. But I have the feeling that the 2 Lings that Rogue just donated almost gave Reynor a false sense of security. But that Baneling nest is still finishing up. We saw Rogue even faking it with the Roach Warren. None of that matters. What matters now is that Reynor needs to get as many Zerglings as possible. And of course the Banelings need to get the connections. I gotta say though, the wall of is looking mighty fine. Rogue needs to break through this real quick. Reynor is actually gonna cancel it because his Banelings already does get a couple of really good connections. I actually feel like this rush is going to end before it ever even truly began.
Yeah, absolutely. And the main base cleared up. Lickety split. Third hatchery is under fire, but 2 more Banelings are left. So even with some really cool micro, I don't think Rogue's going to get anything from this aside from 2 drones, which absolutely is not worth it.
Nope.
Rogue is going to tap back. I'm not actually sure how this is going to work because, I mean, Reynor's going to see no hatchery in Rogue's natural and be like, oh, shoot, did I miss like his own 12 pool? Wait, no, I would have seen the Lings, right?
Maybe Reynor has done his homework and he knows that Rogue likes to take the hatch first at the gold, and if the Lings run there immediately, Rogue is not going to be able to save that with his drones, will he?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, I think we're going to see immediately if this is a homework thing or it's going to have to be a reaction thing. If it's a reaction, if the Lings into the natural and go, wait a second, hold on here, I feel like that pause is enough for Rogue to handle it. Nice hide there. But if he goes straight for the gold, then of course there's nothing that Rogue can do about it. So far, hidden Rogue. I mean, even if he knew about it, wouldn't be able to build anything quite yet. Reynor heading towards the natural. So now he's going to be like, okay, hold on, what is this?
Maybe he peeks. It goes immediately towards the gold, though. And this is indeed going to be really awkward. Now, the spawning pool is done for Rogue. Obviously, when this hatchery is not done yet.
Yeah.
Gonna let it finish up. He is confident that he can hold. Where are the drones? Are the drones already being pulled?
No.
He's gonna sacrifice it by the looks of it.
Yeah, I really don't think you can pull drones against this. Like, the only way this is gonna work out for Rogue is if Reynor was like, wait, what's happening? And then kind of like waffle between natural and main. But Reynor, like, actually just as soon as he saw there was no hatchery, went towards the gold. And this means that his build works out pretty darn perfectly. So now Rogue, what's he do? Takes his natural, but it's much later.
And will he Zergling flood? Let's not forget that that was kind of his initial plan, I think, on Lightshade until it gets scouted. Now, Reynor actually gets a low surface area on this hatchery. Cannot go all the way. Rogue needs to buy some time. Rogue's still building Zerglings, Zombie Grub.
I think this is something that Reynor really is going to be aware of. Like, he doesn't want to take a bad fight or maybe even a fight at all. He wants to buy time and then check, hey, are you just going to build Lings and more Lings? Because then I might need to build a few more as well. He saw the drone leave. I guess it still can be a question if it's actually real.
Yep. But I think the moment that Rogue gets scouted, he's like, all right, now I'm actually just going to expand again. Now I'm going to build drones. He just makes it really hard for Reynor to figure out what is actually happening. Reynor is still just building drones at home, so he doesn't seem to be too concerned about all these Zerglings that are about to have Zergling speed. Reynor doesn't have that many units at home, Zombie Grub.
No, he actually had a lot of Lings in the main base of Rogue, which did try and dip in and kill a couple of drones, but
I think Reynor could be in some trouble here.
He might be. He might just be. Rogue speed finishes, so this is becoming really lethal. He cleans up the few Lings that Reynor even had, and Reynor is forced to evacuate his natural. He does have 3 queens. A little bit of a wall supporting him as well, and this, I mean, he'll hold, but this does make the whole army drone favorable for Rogue, because he can kind of read the situation a bit better.
And let's not forget that Rogue does already have that gold base on the way again. Could potentially transfer a couple of drones to that one as well. Reynor is now the one who's forced to make 10 extra Lings. And with that many extra Lings in the way, I almost have the feeling that Reynor now really wants to make some chaos happen on the other side of the map. And these are the kind of ZVZs that I signed up for. Reynor does trap a few of these Lings. Rogue needs to be careful because now he's losing a lot of the Lings that he needs to rebuild pretty much immediately. Because at this point, it's the Italian Zerglings has got way more Zerglings.
That is the amazing ebb and flow of ZVZ, isn't it? So Rogue's going to buy a lot of time in the main base, a lot of scouting done in the main base, and then eventually get cleaned up, yes, but is he going to read any follow-up correctly? Already transferring a ton of drones to his gold base.
I had no idea that Reynor's Zergling speed was that late.
It was.
I thought it was like, oh, it's going to finish up near soon, so there's obviously not too much that Reynor can do with all those links that he made. Maybe Reynor was concerned that Rogue still had a couple of extra units coming in behind this. Rogue is going to fire up 14, 16 links at this point. Reynor's Zergling speed still not done. Rogue is also going to be one with slightly earlier Baneling Nest. Did Reynor still have those 2 links, by the way, in the main base of Rogue, or did those already reveal themselves?
I think they revealed themselves. This is such a funny game, but now Rogue with a lot of lings on the way. Speed already being done, obviously. Once again, distracting in the main base. I mean, this could be really difficult for Reynor to hold. He has 15 lings to Rogue's 26, and Rogue has more on the way, but Banelings available for both. Now it's about having your units in the right position, because Reynor's trying to match the gold base. Banelings actually forming again at the perfect time!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn. All right, second time, well, Rogue mistimed.
I gotta say, Reynor also lost a lot of Zerglings there. Maybe not as many as Rogue did, but Reynor ended up losing 8 or so to that single Baneling. Very unfortunate, of course, for Rogue, because there was real potential to take a great fight there, potentially get a cancel on the hatchery.
This is such a funky game. Rogue is winning slightly in the economy because he transferred his drones to the gold so much faster. He's also out on a Roach Warren. Reynor taking a fight that he really wasn't supposed to win. The concave looks a little better for Rogue, but here comes Reynor's Baneling. I know, Rogue has his own finishing.
What's happening in the gold base of Rogue?
A little bit of a scuffle. A couple of units apparently got up there. Not too much, though, to distract. And now Rogue is going to be building those roaches, looking for a hatchery tech attack. I mean, there's been so many attacks, but once again, he is going to be the aggressor. And Reynor's Roach Warren now is the structure in question. It's the upgrade in question.
This is super awkward, I think, for both players.
It is.
And if Reynor can just tuck away a couple of Zerglings in the top left side, morph those into Banelings, run them into the gold, I feel like there's a lot of potential. Rogue just wants to go for the natural. These Banelings are still on HP. Can the Queens get some shots off? The answer is yes. Good defense. MVP Queen there for Reynor.
So funny. First speed was in question, now the Roach timing's in question. Rogue continuing to apply the pressure as well. The Queen just may try to body block, is that what she's trying to do? But then misses the focus fire. So the 2 still go off on 6 drones. Main base now under threat as well. And this is actually important too for Reynor's larva. Reynor has a lot of minerals stacked up, but then hits the gold base of Rogue. It's just chaos every which way I look. But it's Reynor who's so much later to adding on these roaches. That's what's most concerning. He does get an amazing wraparound though on Rogue's Ravagers. And I guess he's kind of making the hold happen. Doesn't even need roaches.
And this is going to be really awkward now for Rogue, because these roaches obviously cannot just go home. Can he save a few more roaches by morphing them into Ravagers? One of them is going to try. The second one actually morphs into a Ravager too. Really good saves there by Rogue. Maybe Reynor getting a little over-ambitious after getting a couple of good pickups early on. Reynor, his army supply is still quite a bit smaller, but he's got a lot of extra units, and obviously this is from hatchery tag, not lair, so the reinforcements of Rogue are going to be a little bit slower.
This is such a funny game. Reynor now has +1 carapace during these engagements. His lings come in from behind to help try and take out those Ravagers. Even the Queen supporting just a little bit as Rogue, starting to lose out on that army supply, is now in a very dangerous position because, well, he's actually just out of the game. There